Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be sharing with you the Caro-Kann defense with the Tartakower variation. E4 C6, D4 D5, Knight C3 is where the fun begins, guys. Knight C3, D takes E4, Knight takes E4, Knight F6. Why is Knight F6 played? Well, Knight F6 is played to threaten the Knight on E4, and because the E4 square is so critical because it controls the center, White chooses to trade it off on Knight F6. Now Knight takes F6 check. So this is bad in slightly bad for black because whichever way you take e takes f6 or g takes f6, it damages the pawn structure slightly. That's what white wants. So if you play like e takes f6 and stuff, why not g takes f6? Because when g takes f6, they can play g4, f f4, e4. I mean, sorry, h4, knight f3, rook g1, and it's terrible. That's why e takes f6. And it must be noted that over here queen e7 check and probably queen e2 will be played. Queen trade off. It is bad for black if you keep trading. Like over here, then maybe take goes here, bishop takes. It is bad for black because as the more you trade, you will realize that white's king is safer. White has a better central pawn, and most importantly, this pawn structure is bad for black. Down the line, as you trade, this pawn structure will remain. The rook will come. He will exploit all of this, and you cannot do the same. You will do it in lesser moves. I mean, more moves. So that is burst. So e takes f6, c3, bishop d6, bishop d3, castles. Now castles. What's the point of castles? Well, of course, you want to keep your king safe on the g8 square instead of where it is the e8 square, almost like directly facing the king. So that's why castles. Queen c2, rook e8 check. So what's the point of rook e8 check? Obviously, you're checking the king and you want the king to move, and you're having this dominant control on the e file. That is very good. Not only that, you also vacate the square for this vital knight which will come on f8 and protect against the avalanche which is going to come with the pawns and the rook on this vital g6 square. So this g6 square is, you can say, double defended. So it is good. When the rook is coming, you want two defenders. So that is the f7 pawn is a f8 knight. So rook e1 check, sorry, rook e8 check, knight e2, h5. What's the point of h5? Well, you want to go h4, h3, damage their pawn structure, leave an open file. That's what black wants. Bishop e3, knight d7. So bishop d3 is played because they want to long castles, and the key thing is black's king is safe on g8, whereas after long castles, white's king is relatively unsafe in c1. C1 can be used by maybe this bishop once this bishop moves. Once, let's say, this bishop goes somewhere to like, let's say this bishop gets traded off even. Maybe queen d6, queen f4, you know, and that king is being butchered. That is bad. So that's why relatively long castles is the only good option. But White's king is more unsafe than Black's king by a slight margin. So knight f8, knight d7, long castles, knight f8. Black's plan is achieved by going knight d7 and knight f8, protecting against this g6 avalanche, which is going to happen soon. King b1 for a safer king, bishop e6, c4, rook c8, knight c3, bishop b4, a3, bishop takes c3, queen takes c3, b5. Now, what is the point of b5? Well, it's putting pressure on this c4 pawn, and the c4 pawn takes. They can go queen d5, queen f2, and create havoc for black. Create havoc for white. I mean, I'm sorry. So after b5, the light squares tend to become more, you know, um, weak, more susceptible to attack. So that's why, I mean, the best option here is for d5. For having a more aggressive attack on black, so that after maybe d5, c takes d5, again c takes d5, bishop takes. Again, you're trading too much. It's bad. So that's what white wants. So that's why you should avoid this. Once you go into this, you must remember that you must stop trading too much, and you must win the game with all your beautiful material advantage. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video.